students, we are proceeding looking on the functions of the pituitary gland as a master gland, since it is involved in controlling all other organs or all other glands which are found in our body. So now we have already discussed up to point number 3. Now we are proceed looking on the functions or the master gland, the functions of the master gland, that is the pituitary gland. And also these pituitary glands are involved in the reproduction. Pituitary gland are involved in reproduction. On how? We are saying that the pituitary gland releases the hormones that control production of reproductive functions, including ovulation in the female and the sperm production in the males. Kwa hiyo sasa tunaweza kusema kwamba hii pituitary gland inatumika sana kwenye ku-enhance different kinds of reproduction purpose which are occurring within an organism. A good example in the female, tunasema kwamba there is ovulation. There is the ovulation. The ovulation is due to the presence of this pituitary gland that releases its content within the body of female body so that it can cause ovulation. Yai linaweza sasa hapa likakomaa au likapevuka. Lakini not only in the female but also within the male, these pituitary glands are involved in the maturation, or we can say that in the productions of the sperm. So the sperm are produced is due to the presence of the pituitary gland. So now let's see this example. We can say that example, the pituitary gland releases follicle stimulating hormone, and that is FSH, and luteinizing hormone, that is LH, which regulates menstrual cycle and ovulation in the female. So now you can see these hormones, this pituitary gland are responsible for releasing the releasing hormone, that is follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone itaenda kustimulate the growth of the ovarian follicles. But also we have the luteinizing hormone that will stabilize, and make maturation within the egg or the ovum within the female. So now you can see, with the presence of the follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone is whereby the female can undergo different kinds of menstrual cycle in a month. So without this pituitary gland, a menstrual cycle that is occurring within a female could not occur. So now you can see. That's why you can say that this gland is a master gland. It controls the oval. Oval is a gland since it releases these hormones, ambayo inapelekea growth of the ovarian cycle and also thickening of the uterine wall so that the growing embryo can grow smoothly within the uterus. So now you can see this follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone are produced within the pituitary gland. In the ovary, that is the gland which are found in the female. But also apart from the reproduction, the pituitary gland also are involved in the stress responses. How? Here we are saying that the pituitary gland release the hormone that helps the body to cope with the stress. Tukisema stress, meaning that any stress that will occur within the body, it can be either deficiency of water within the body, the low level of sugar within the body. Those are the stress that we are talking about. So now those stress are removed due to the secretions of the hormones within the pituitary glands that control other glands to produce the different kinds of hormones so that it can cure the problem or the disturbance which are occurring within our body. And now let's see this example. For example, the pituitary gland releases ACTH, that is adrenocorticotrophin hormone. This adrenocorticotrophin hormone will stimulate the adrenal gland to produce cortisol, a hormone which is involved in the stress response, that is the low sugar level within the body. So the stress which occurring within the body, that is the low amount of sugar within the blood. So nini kitafanyika ndani ya mwili? Ndipo ambapo sasa pituitary gland itarelease hii hormone ambayo tunaita adrenocorticotropic hormone, that is ACTH. Hii ACTH itaenda moja kwa moja kwenye gland ambayo inaitwa adrenal gland. Hii adrenal gland ndiyo ambayo itakuwa responsible kwa ajili ya kuproduce this hormone ambayo tunaita cortisol hormone. Hii cortisol hormone ndiyo ambayo sasa itaenda kustabilize the amount of sugar within the blood. So now you can see the pituitary gland, it is very essential to remove the disturbance which are occurring within the body. Also another function, we can say that it is involved in the water balance. Pituitary gland are involved in the water balance. On how? Here we are saying that the pituitary gland release antidiuretic hormone, that is ADH, which regulates water balance in the body. So pituitary gland pia inasaidia kubalance amount of water within our body. Since the pituitary gland, it is responsible for production of the antidiuretic hormone, that is ADH. This ADH will help in regulating amount of water within the body. So a good example here, we can say that the body is dehydrated. The pituitary gland releases ADH, which causes the kidney to retain water. So now here we can say that due to the presence of this pituitary gland, pale ambapo panakuwa na low amount of body, or there is dehydration, panakuwa na upungufu wa maji mwilini. Kwa hiyo sasa ile pituitary gland, specifically in the posterior pituitary gland, it will release the antidiuretic hormone. The antidiuretic hormone will cause more absorption into the kidney, kwenye collecting duct. Maji mengi yatanyonywa kule, thereafter mwili sasa utarudi kwenye its stable condition, or it will regain water. So it's due to the presence of the posterior pituitary gland. Another function, that is the blood pressure regulation. Also, the pituitary gland are involved in the blood pressure regulation. On how? Here we are saying that the pituitary gland releases the hormone that helps regulate blood pressure. A good example here, we have the pituitary gland release vasopressin, which constrict blood vessels and increase the blood pressure. Kwa ina cure ile problem ya blood pressure, the rise of the blood pressure within the body. So due to the presence of this vasopressin, tunasema kwamba it will constrict the blood vessel and hence increase the blood pressure. So the blood will move smoothly within the vessels is due to the presence of this antidiuretic hormone, or we can say that the vasopressin hormone. And the last function of this pituitary gland, it is involved in the lactation. It is involved in the lactation. How? We can say that pituitary gland release the prolactin hormone, which stimulates milk production in the breast after childbirth. So tunaweza tukasema kwamba pituitary gland ndiyo ambayo iko responsible kwa ajili ya yule mtoto aliyezaliwa kupata chakula chake vizuri. Hapa tunaongelea maziwa. Kwa hiyo sasa hii pituitary gland inafanya nini baada ya mtoto kuzaliwa? Tunasema kwamba pituitary gland ina release hii hormone ambayo inaitwa prolactin hormone. Hii prolactin hormone ndiyo ambayo sasa itaenda kwenye breast. Thereafter ita cause stimulation of production of the milk. Thereafter ndipo ambapo yule mtoto anaweza akapata maziwa kutoka kwa mama. A good example here now, we can say that the prolactin levels increase during pregnancy and after childbirth to support lactation. So ile prolactin hormone inakuwa inazalishwa sana kwenye huo muda, kwa sababu pale ambapo mtoto tu anatakiwa kuzaliwa, anatakiwa kupata maziwa. Kwa hiyo sasa ile prolactin hormone inaenda kuzalishwa au inakuwa nyingi sana pale ambapo mama anakuwa mjamzito, pia anapokuwa amejifungua yule mtoto, ndipo ambapo yale maziwa yanazalishwa wingi, is due to the presence of this prolactin hormone that is produced within the blood, within the pituitary gland. So finally, we can conclude by saying that these examples demonstrate how the pituitary gland exerts control over the various physiological processes, making it a center or the central player in the overall hormonal balance of the body. So we can say that these hormones are very crucial, or the pituitary gland, it is very crucial for controlling or monitoring different kinds of glands which are found in our body, and it is very important within our body. So by saying so, and this marks the end of our today's session. So thank you for following us, Educator TZ, and bye bye. Have a nice moment.